And I believe we can go straight to the press conference.
Masters British Grand Prix. To Rubens Barrichello, third for Scuderia Ferrari Marlboro. To Kimi Raikkonen, second for West McLaren Mercedes. And to Michael Schumacher, winning his career 80th Grand Prix victory, his 10th win of the year for Scuderia Ferrari Marlboro. Michael, a big smile on your face. A great victory, two-stop strategy this time, to the three of most of your closest opposition.
Yeah, obviously I was amazed about how the race went. I thought we had a very good option and strategy for the race, but that it would pay out so early, leading the race so early, basically after my first pit stop, coming in front of and ahead of everybody, that was not the plan, honestly. But my car was just going so well in these last laps when I had free track, and I was able to close the margin I had on Kimi, which he pulled out in his first 11 laps, and that was just phenomenal. And after this, it was just controlling it. Lucky, obviously, with the strategy I had, that Kimi was behind me. I could control that. It was tight in a couple of areas, but not too tight, and very interesting, obviously.
Well, of course, what you could not predict was the safety car coming out about 20 laps from the end, and then it was gloves off, racing to the finish.
Yeah, obviously that sort of took away my comfortable lead I had built up by that stage, and I was probably lucky that I had two other drivers between me and Kimi, because the warm-up performance of Kimi's tyres and my tyres was noticeably different, and had he been directly behind me, thanks to the safety car, who was going very, very slow around, didn't look to put any effort in his drive, we had very cold tyres, and that didn't really help me for the first couple of laps. Then Kimi came close. We had a nice little fight for a couple of laps, and my tyres came back, and I was able to open again the lead.
It was pretty close, but both you and Rubens have been saying all weekend how good the car's been, particularly on fast corners here. Is that where you had the advantage over Kimi towards the end?
Looking at it, Kimi seemed to be very good in the infield, in the last sector in particular. But saying that, obviously we were on different strategies. He was a lot lighter while he was behind me. It's difficult for me to predict how really the situation was, but we had the best package, obviously, for the whole circuit.
Indeed, congratulations. Your thoughts on this victory, how things are just going so well for you, how good the car is, and actually this is the first time you've ever won a race, a Formula 1 race, from fourth on the grid, for what that's worth.
Yeah, it doesn't mean a lot in a way. We obviously sacrificed qualifying for the race strategy, in a way, and it just paid out. And it's, in a way, it's unbelievable what happens to me this year, to the team. But I think it just pays back for all the hard work everybody has done in the factory. We never have let off, in a way. We learned our lesson from last year, when maybe we took it a little bit too easy at some stage, and we just at the right time came back. And because everybody felt the pain of this, nobody really wanted to be back in this pain, and everybody since then has kept pushing and has a high motivation. I see every time I go for test with the test team, those guys that just work flat out all the time, and you see how hungry they're still. Each one sort of pushes the other one, and it's just an ongoing thing. I'm just so proud and delighted to be in the team and be able to live in that phase of Ferrari.